all the time.
What's in the past? And the person they ask for? No, they said they're not going to make our available for them because Joki and Sonato said they're not going to provide the spot for them. We don't want it today. Call this as Sonato now.
Alex?
Yeah.
Alex, you don't help me. We're fixing the mic. Get internet. Don't let them make put. When not you government buy all these tickets to Ghana. No, you stand there. Internet mic.
I don't say internet.
We don't say what I do now. Go on here, one side. Now. Go on here, now. Well, we're here at the Freetown International Airport, Lungi, where a flight carrying Sierra Leoneans from the... Huh?
No, it's not a flight, they can't feel no more. We'll take directive from we. What's the area?
Don't you understand? And over surrounding countries. So today they are coming because they've been seeking for their return. The reason they are coming right now, and that is the flights. Any moment from now, that flight will land, and that flight is carrying Sierra Leoneans who've been abroad, and that is the flight. That is the flight we are talking about, and it will land, any moment from now. Sierra Leoneans went abroad. Some of them, they went to work. Some went for other things. But now they want to come back home. And the government, the president, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs are actually ensuring that they come back safely. The reason we are here at the Freetown International Airport. And that is the flight. And you're watching the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation live from any moment from now. We shall be talking to some of them, but just be reminded that you're watching the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation live from the Freetown International Airport here in Lungi. This is the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation here at the Freetown International Airport. This flight, as we are seeing it right now, Askia is a flight that is carrying our compatriots from the United Arab Emirates, coming here voluntarily, and it was facilitated by the government of Sierra Leone. We have somebody here who is representing the government of Sierra Leone as a communications expert, Mr. Masakoy. Now, what do you have to say about this particular event? Sierra Leoneans, our compatriots returning from the United Arab Emirates.
Well, thank you very much, Sheku. It's a historic one. It's a major milestone. As you and I know, the responsibility of government is to, among several other things, the primary responsibility is to ensure that you take care of your citizens. These are stranded Sierra Leoneans who've been out there in the United Arab Emirates. They approached the embassy voluntarily that they want to come home, and the embassy being a very caring one, they had placed a lot of effort into this, and today it's a reality. It's a total of 58 Sierra Leoneans. The flight you see here already has 17 of our compatriots who are coming back home. So it's a major milestone and something we should commend the government, especially the embassy in the United Arab Emirates.
So what does this mean for international diplomacy?
Well, it means a lot. Like I said, I mean, as a country, as a government, we have to ensure that the well-being of our citizens are being taken care of, irrespective of where they find themselves at the moment. So, I mean, this is a major part. It's a major milestone. And like I said, it's something we should give a really big round of applause to the embassy in United Arab Emirates for the effort they've placed in ensuring our compatriots are back home.
Now, 17th of November coming, right? So, let us know how the facilitation went. How did it happen?
Okay, so they went through the embassy, they were interviewed, consent forms were given to them to ensure that whoever wants to come home, that the embassy is facilitating in line with the IOM regulations, they are coming voluntarily. So like I said, they went to the embassy, approached the embassy, consent forms were given to them, interviews were done, and at the end of the day, they were screened to ensure that these are proper Sierra Leoneans, and that's the flight today is a product of all that process.
So how are they going to be received by the government and their families?
Well, I mean, the IOM that the embassy is working with, the embassy in UAE is working with, Home Office here, it's in consonance as I speak at the moment. They have representative here. They will be handed over to them, and we'll take the process from there.
So are they going to go through the rigorous of IOM scrutiny?
So hence they arrive, they go through the normal COVID-19 regulations as we know, and I think that's the start of another lengthy process.
So how involved is the International Organization for Migration, that is the IOM?
Well, the IOM has been very much involved in this process. Like I said, I mean, the IOM is an international organization that the United Nations created purposely to ensure that immigration matters are being handled very well. So the embassy in UAE has been in constant touch with them, and like I said, they have been an integral part of this particular process that we are seeing today.
So how are they going to be received by you representing government? How are they going to be received? Because the flight has already landed, and any moment from now they'll be received by government officials, including you. So let us kind of talk about how the kind of reception they are going to have.
Well, I mean, these are our compatriots. They are brothers, they are sisters who have been stranded out there. I mean, like I said, it's a joyful moment anyway that Sierra Leoneans who are stranded out there, the government and IOM has been able to facilitate their return home. It's something that calls for. I mean, it's a joyous moment, and I'm pretty sure their families back home will be very happy at the moment. But as I say, for technical reasons, let's ensure we receive them, and we'll take the process from there.
Okay, thank you so much. Is Mohamed Massakoy from the office of the president as a press officer. Now we have somebody, and he is going to introduce himself. Well, we have a government official here, a minister, who is going to introduce himself. Well, the Deputy Minister of Social Welfare is here receiving these of our compatriots from Lebanon, and he's Alhaji Kela. Alhaji, what do you have to say about what has happened? Sierra Leoneans who went abroad, they've returned, and government facilitated their return, and today they are here.
We are very happy that we have our brothers and sisters returning today from the United Arab Emirates. And we want to say, first thing, a very big thank you to our President, retired Brigadier Dr. Julius Maada Bio, that has actually worked with the United Arab Emirates government to put this thing together through our embassy over there. We as a ministry and of course NACOVAC, we are very happy that our compatriots can return today. certainly what is happening around the world at this time. We know as a country, we know where our country, our government heart sits, we know where the president's heart is, and it is no surprise that this is happening today. We are very happy. That is why we are here as a government, to make sure that we give them a laudable welcome, for them to feel at home. We provide them the support that they require so that they can resettle back into society. It's a very great day.
This is the first batch. You know, when do we expect the others to return?
Yes, certainly we are going to have quite a good number of Sierra Leoneans are returning. As you may have heard from the president's speech during the Commission of Inquiry, clearly telling us the work that he has been doing together with the government to repatriate our brothers and sisters back. We have had over 200 people that have come over the last 1 month. We are expecting to be receiving again today from the Turkish Airlines coming today from Lebanon. And of course on the 4th again we are going to receive some of our compatriots. And all this is being organized through the international IOM and of course the various governments from where our brothers and sisters are coming from. So the next couple of weeks is going to be very busy, but it's also a very exciting moment for us as a government because of that we are receiving our brothers and sisters.
So how do you synergize with your ministries, line ministries, in terms of international labor migration?
Well, certainly we know that we have a ban at the moment in this country, and we definitely know that what is happening now, we need to put our foot down, we need to have our thought processes together to make sure that we have policies that are going to really help us in order to make sure our people will not face the sort of problems that they have been facing before. As a Ministry of Social Welfare, we are going to provide them. We are certainly going to provide them the psychosocial support that they require, at the same time making sure that we reintegrate them. We will be working with IOM, who is going to support us in terms of actually providing them packages. Today is a very good moment for us, and that we can see our brothers and sisters that are returning to our country. We are giving them a glorious welcome today.
Thank you so much. Is Alhaji Kela, the Deputy Minister of Social Welfare. Well, let's talk to some of the returnees. There's somebody who's going to talk on behalf of the returnees, who is going to introduce himself. Is it the man? Right, okay. From the United Arab Emirates. Yes. You are returning.
Yes.
How do you feel about you're back? You're back home?
I felt great. I feel great because I'm back home. And it's like a journey, a long journey wherein we'll be hoping to see Sierra Leoneans returning back home. So I'm so happy. And I want to thank each and everyone that supports us, especially the IOM and the government of Sierra Leone, meaning the ambassador representing us in the UAE. I want to say big appreciation to them because
Now, I would like to know who is this person talking, your name, and when did you actually go to the United Arab Emirates and what you are doing there?
Well, my name is Ismail Sharif. I went to the United Arab Emirates last year, December. Okay, so I went there in search of good life, in search of job with friends and colleagues. But due to the COVID-19, things is not good, somehow appreciable to us. So that's why we decided to come back home. But in the United Arab Emirates, when you overstay for 1 day, it's very difficult for you to leave the country because you have so many fines. So for exit the country.
So did your visa expire?
Yes, the visa expired because you go to when you apply for a visa, they give you 3 months visa to go to United Arab Emirates. So after the 3 months, any 1 day you spend in the country, you will pay fine because their fines are so much exceeding the way that if you don't strong and you don't have the support of the government, you will not find it easy to exit the country.
So Mr. Sharif, how many of you are returning?
Well, actually we are 58 in number, but today we are 14 in number that repatriates today. Next week, Sunday, 22 are coming also.
So what do you have to say to our embassy in the United Arab Emirates? The role they played to ensure that to ensure your repatriation.
they play, I would say 100%. 100%. They tried and they play a great goal for us because it's not easy to be in the United Arab Emirates without a job and then to find a place to stay, to sleep, is difficult. So the embassy tried a lot because they visit members, they tried to see how best they can do, to see whether people who have shelter, and they tried. I would say 100% they tried.
So, are you happy being back home?
Yes, I'm happy. Without the embassy, I don't think we will be here today because they are the one facilitates for the IOM to help us so that we will get to be home today. So I'm very happy for that.
Now, Mr. Sharif, somebody would like to know, who was Mr. Sharif before he left for the United Arab Emirates?
Well, I was a student. After I graduated from Aramtech University. I decided to further to see whether if I can get a very good job, a better job out there in the United Arab Emirates. So that was me at that time.
Once again, your name, Sharif?
I'm Ishmael Sharif.
Thank you so much. He's one of the returnees from the United Arab Emirates, and he's here being part of the first batch of Sierra Leoneans, who are actually returning from the United Arab Emirates. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And welcome you. I wish you good luck, in your country, Sierra Leone, the country you love, as you said. Okay, yes, for sure. And you are watching the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation live, as we're here at the Freetown International Airport, Lungi, wherein Sierra Leoneans who are returning from United Arab Emirates are here right now. Like I spoke to Mr. Sharif, he's one of them. He's actually the spokesperson for them. And he has told us the reason he's back, and he's happy being back home. This is the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. Now, as you can see, that flight you are seeing over there, the flight that actually brought in these Sierra Leoneans. As you can see, they're here right now, and most of them, like Mr. Sharif said, they are happy being back home. And home is home. Definitely home is home. But let's continue to talk to some other people who are still around. Now, Masakoy, Mr. Sharif said he's happy being back home. And he said there are others who are also very much, willing to return.
Well, you've had it from a first-hand experience. It's a testament of several other efforts, like I said, that the government has placed into this one. I said it earlier before they landed, that it's a very exciting moment. Being back home, that's the best thing you can get. You had it from the man himself.
There's no place like home.
You could not ask for anything more.
There's no place like home.
No place like home, my brother. Thank you.
All right, okay. Well, we still continue to bring you live coverage from the Freetown International Airport here at Lungi, where our compatriots from Kenya, no, not from Kenya, that is just an aside because KQ has just arrived, but actually we are on board Askia, and they know, I've just spoken to Mr. Sharif and some other people. They have just arrived here at the Freetown International Airport, and they are now doing the normal protocols as they are going to go through the checks. The Corona COVID-19 checks are being observed there, which is why, as you can see, as they move through, they are in a queue, and they ensure that all COVID-19 measures are strictly adhered to. That is what we are seeing right now. Everybody must mask up, hand washing, temperature checks are also done. This is what is happening at the Freetown International Airport here in Lungi. Like you can see this woman, she's going through, just like any other passenger, going through the normal COVID-19 checks. Her temperature has just been taken. She also has the mask, the face mask, and now she has just washed, her hands. These are the measures. Everybody must mask up. Yes, Mr. Minister, I can see that everybody is observing the COVID-19 measures, as outlined by the government. What is your impression?
I am elated because as a government, through the leadership of our president, who have been really stringent on this to say we have to make sure that everyone observe whatever precautions that are required, and to see everyone coming with their face mask, making sure that they are distancing themselves, and of course all the airport authorities ensuring that everything is done according to what is required by the COVID-19 procedures. My impression is that we as Sierra Leoneans, we are doing well, and let us continue to do well.
But then now there are others that will be coming. How are you going to ensure that they do the same?
Well, certainly we have a team of over 20 operation staff, including all the pillars represented here. Once the others are coming, they are going to follow similar procedures. We have people here that will ensure that they take these procedures. We have actually rehearsed, simulated over the months. As you can see, this is not the first time we've received a group like this. We will continue receiving them, and we are quite comfortable that our airport staff, as a government, we have full confidence in them that they will continue the process.
Thank you so much. I'm Alhaji Kella, the Deputy Minister of Social Welfare. Well, now, and that is how probably we'll come to the end of this live broadcast from the Freetown International Airport, wherein our compatriots from the United Arab Emirates are returning. They've just returned, dozens of them. They are here to ensure that as government's commitment they are here right now. They've just gone through all the checks. They are being observed by the COVID-19 response team here at the Freetown International Airport here in Lungi. Well, continue watching the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation as we come to the end of this live broadcast. This is the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation. Many thanks to my camera operator, David Williams, and also Alex, our technical advisor here at the Freetown International Airport. I am Sheku Sumaila saying, keep watching the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation.